Looks like we got them all again, buddy. Okay, so I filmed this part already, and this is the following day, and I've seen all of the footage, and you see this square back here? I'm supposed to be in the middle. I am so far like this way, it's ridiculous. So just everybody who has OCD, bear with me. I'm crooked, just let it be crooked. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Bruce Rants. That's Bruce Rants episode 13. 13 is Croatian for 13. This video has been so difficult to make. I see why this is the 13th one. 13th is a bad luck number or something like that. It's definitely the 13th video. If y'all don't get this, it was just not meant to be. Today's episode is about germs. Now, this episode idea came from this past Thanksgiving, which this was the first Thanksgiving I did not spend with my family and I spent with my girlfriend. Oh, and by the way, happy belated Thanksgiving to everyone who celebrated Thanksgiving, and happy Indigenous Peoples Day to pretty much everybody else who celebrated the holiday but hates the fact that pilgrims did weird stuff to Native Americans. Either way, both of you now have my permission to celebrate Christmas. Anyway, so like I was saying, this is me and my girlfriend's first Thanksgiving together, and this girl would not stop sneezing. And our relationship is very interesting because some of the feedback that I give her is never blunt but extremely well placed and implied. For example, if I want her to lose weight, I'll just go, hey babe, I think I'm gaining a little poundage. How about we both go on a diet? I'm kind of a germaphobe, so the last thing I want during Thanksgiving is nose bacteria just flying everywhere at 100 miles an hour. Like it's just NASCAR for the common cold. So my feedback for her always goes a little something like, hey babe, have you ever looked at a face mask and just thought it was so swaggy? Like those Chinese people with SARS were just so fashionably in the future? I love her, I'm just too much of a germaphobe to deal with the sneezing. Like my catchphrase in high school was, ew, that's dirty. I still wear shower sandals in my own bathroom. Now I'm not so ignorant as to claim real germophobia, which is some derivation of OCD and anxiety, but I was doing some WebMD research on germophobia, and after finding out that I probably have like 7 different psychological disorders, I read that germaphobes wash their hands in an OCD-like attempt to gain control over their own health. Now in an attempt at being very calming, the website says, hey, germaphobes, you guys don't have to wash your hands all the time. Here's when you should though. Before you prepare food, after you prepare food, before you eat your food, after you use the restroom, after handling animals, after handling the waste of animals, after coughing or sneezing, shout out to my girlfriend. More frequently if someone in your home is sick, maybe double shout out to my girlfriend. And just generally when your hands are dirty. So WebMD is telling germaphobes not to wash their hands all the time by advising them to wash their hands all the time. Makes sense. I'm going back to my room right now to tell the hand soap that's in my bathroom that we need to stay together. I knew our relationship wasn't forbidden. The CDC even says so. My germophobia doesn't really come from a fear of germs. I think it comes more from my need to not inconvenience people by being sick. See, I have weird introverted empath fears about falling ill. Like when I was younger, I had a really loud sneeze that would draw a lot of attention to myself. My sneeze was louder than Ghetto Girls in the Morning in high school, but instead of flaming hot residue everywhere, it was like spittle and possible H1N1. I would rather have my eyes pop like a Looney Tunes character than inconvenience people with having to bless me. Plus, if I get sick, then you could get sick, and then I would have to bless you, and I'm just not socially savvy enough to do that the right way. I love you. I meant to say it was a Freudian slip. I know what you meant. I've loved you for as long as I've known you. You've known me for 15 seconds, but so have I. I want you to have my firstborn. I'm not a woman. I'm accepting of what you identify as. I'm not a woman either. I identify as Turkish. I love Thanksgiving. I love Native Americans. I hate Thanksgiving. Let's get married on a hill. My father was willing to die on that hill. I feel like I'm learning stuff about you at the same rate as I'm beginning to hate you. I cheated on my math test. I don't think this is working out. I don't think there's a gym nearby. I never loved you. You just told me you loved me first, so I said it back, and I thought I would find love eventually. But sometimes we do and say things we don't mean. At times we shouldn't say them, in places where we shouldn't have been in the first place. Bless you. And I hate coughing. I have about 2 coughs before I just start strangling myself. In my head, after the first cough, everyone is just thinking, really? Another cough? You ain't got no cough drops? Robitussin? Ricola? No, I have all of those. I would really rather just put myself in a triangle hold, preventing myself from coughing, than noisily open all of them. It's a hard knock life for an empath. All of these other things just make the public bathroom my worst enemy. When I was really little, I remember my mom taking me to the women's bathroom because I was too young to go to the men's by myself. All this talk about gender-neutral bathrooms, me and my mom were progressive before all of you. There are no urinals in the women's restroom, so I just went into a stall, left the door open, pulled my pants all the way down and peed. Cheeks flashing in the wind. Proud. Still waiting on my Me Too. And don't ask me why I pulled my pants all the way down to pee. All little boys do it. You can't just pull down the front of some Huggies. Yup, there I was, ashy booty just in the wind. You know how the saying goes, if your butt cheeks ain't free, you ain't finna pee. Nowadays, I don't pull my pants all the way down to pee, but it's probably more because I just don't want my pants to touch the floor. I be in the public bathroom trying not to touch nothing. I don't even like the bottom of my shoes touching the floor. I be in there tiptoeing around like a Scooby-Doo villain. And compared to the women's bathroom, the men's bathroom is especially a petri dish for disease and decay. I would know, I've been in there a few times. Which is why the last time I was in the airport public bathroom, I was so confused to see that someone put a tea bag in the urinal. I'm a little urinal, short and stout. If that doesn't scream food prices at the airport are too high, I don't know what will. Let us bring outside food and drinks. It's a guy making tea in the piss pot and there's booty soup in stall 3. It's a whole Thanksgiving in here. Now, I'm not really the most flexible person, but when it comes time to flush the toilet, I turn into damn Misty Copeland. I always have this funny thought in my head of being a cheerleader and not being able to do a toe touch, and then having my coach yell, "Remember the public bathroom," and turning into like this perfect contortionist. I drop into this pristine back bend and like crab crawl like the girl from Grudge. Now, the CDC said that STDs are on the rise, and STDs are just freaky germs, so we're gonna talk about them too. This video has really just turned into how the bathroom is a really freaky place, because I was in the men's bathroom, and on the wall it said, "Want head, hit me up," with their phone number. Sir, 1, why? 2, STDs are on the rise. I wouldn't hit you up if I was Lil Mac, and this was Punch Out. With stuff like that on the wall, y'all clearly out here trading STDs like they Pokemon cards. Y'all out here like, I'll trade you herpes for chlamydia. Nah, I already got that one. You got HIV? Nah, bruh, but I've been going from heroin needle to heroin needle trying to find it. Y'all should be playing the STD game like it's Uno, and it's a game of sparsity. And rarity is the one thing you're trying to avoid. Which, speaking of HIV, have y'all ever seen a picture of it? HIV has got to be a government creation because this looks like a child's drawing. HIV looks like a final boss in Little Big Planet. HIV looks like a Katamari ball. If you don't know what Katamari is a game where you roll a ball around and it picks up things that are smaller than it. Things that are bigger than it can attack the ball and attempt to flee, sometimes successfully fleeing from it. Now, if we're taking that logic, doesn't that mean that the only thing bigger than HIV is Magic Johnson? Germs are scary, man. I feel like I can just see them crawling, planning, scheming. Like when you drop a piece of food, I can see what they're doing. I see it. Are you eating bugles? Where did you find bugles in 2019? I ain't seen those since like 2003. You're just mad that you can't do an imitation of a ghetto secretary. What? Okay, whatever. Pass me a bug. Bug? Yeah, like the chip. Okay, so we're gonna put bug in the box of words we're not gonna use to shorten other words. It's fa. It's nasty. It's not a bug. It's a corn chip in the shape of an acrylic nail. Can I just, it's like one actual step away though, because you're not like actually handicapping yourself and keeping yourself from doing simple things like texting or typing on a computer. Can I just have a chip? All right, here. No! Oh, yay, I got swag. I got my hands on some money. I'm gonna put it in the bag, babe. Hands on the road. All right, everyone, gather around. All the bacteria, gather around. We've got a food sighting. It's fallen on the floor. We have about 5 seconds to get our stuff together before he picks it up to eat it. Actually, 10 if he nasty. But come on, who's going first? Let me hear it. Yeah, give me a crack at him. He won't know what hit him. Okay, Boomer, anybody still relevant in 2019? He'll be gonorrhea once I'm done with him. Yeah, stick to high school students, buddy. Next. What about me? I'm pretty rare. Nah, I think this guy was born before 95. So he's old enough to have gotten a damn DPT shot before every Becky on the internet assumed she knew more about vaccinations than a billion years of medicine. You'd have a better chance of being weakened, put in a needle, and giving a kid autism. Next. Give him to me. We don't do that here. You're malaria. What do you think this is, the Congo? How'd you even get over here? A mosquito on a plane. Mosquito on a plane? Sickle cell kicked your ass. Next. Hey, let me try. You're gonna stand here and tell me you are brucellosis. Brucellosis. Like on baby? That ass. On baby. That is so eerily apropos. Time's up. Go for it, Bruce. 15-second rule. Bro, you finna eat that off the floor? Did I not just say 15-second rule? Like, I always knew you was nasty, but this is some Fear Factor shit. Like, I feel like Joe Rogan watching you eat that right now. Oh. See what them toddler-like eating habits get you? Bruh. Does it feel like a stomach ache in here, or is it just me?
I got it pretty like a girl. And he got 5 stories to tell. See both sides like Chanel. See on both sides like